It's gonna look amazing. Just gotta pillar up and break that block that I forgot and go back down. And why did it hit record? This singing's kind of embarrassing. Welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft. Ooh, look, dynamic lighting works with the ender chest. That's very cool. Distractions. I was just working on something. Check this out. Bam, X. Welcome to X's base. This was tweeted at me from your boy Zai, and thank you if you're watching. That is so cool. Yes, it is an X made out of cobblestone. There is lava behind it. I had to make some modifications. I've damaged all of my armor trying to ender pearl through this thing. It doesn't work very well at all. Should we give it a try? Should we get ourselves in some trouble? Oh, this is going to be funny. Also, what is going on up there? That's not normal. Hang on a second. Right, so I try and ender pearl through this thing. Oh, it worked that time. And, oh, hello. What is going on here? Hi. That's not the face that's... Hang on. That's not the face that's supposed to be there. Jeez, where's me rockets at? Let's get me rockets. Let's do some flying. Let's go up into the sky. And check out the wonderful view of a giant scream face. What is going on? What's happened to my base? I've been pranked. Oh no, it's coming back around again, isn't it? I've been pranking Mumbo, been pranking Iskal, and now I am the victim of a prank, people. I am the victim here, although I've got to say, that's kind of spectacular, kind of amazing, isn't it? Wow, that is an awesome sight. Let's shoot it in the face. Just below the eye. And now it's made a weird lighting bug, and now it's fully updated. Very cool, very cool. Let's check out. Who is this from? There's a thing here. There's a thing here. Asuma, you rock out like Metallica, but you hide your face like Daft Punk. Oh, so true. The shredding guitar is coming from inside the house. Inside the house? Which house are we talking about? Is this a house? Is this supposed to be a house? What are these? Are these bones for me? Hi, what's going on? Oh man, this is done by Derp, Tango, and Impulse. By the way, I actually saw a little bit of this. I woke up, saw that Impulse was streaming, tuned in, saw these weird bone blocks on a wall that he was standing on, and I was like, what are they doing? Whose base are they at? And then after a while I went, oh, that's my base. And then I decided to tune out. I was like, I don't want to spoil this one for myself. So this is actually the mask that I wear when I play guitar, and I've been recording myself playing guitar, uploading videos of me playing songs by Metallica and other bands to my second channel. So I guess this means I get to plug the second channel. If you're interested in any of that, go check it out. There'll be a link to it in the description box down below. And yeah, that's like basically the mask that I wear. And I think Tango's been watching some of them and decided to put the mask in my face. In my base! Words! They're not going very well today, are they? Jeez. Right, let's talk about what's been going on here inside the base. Let's go down below. I've just finished tidying up all of this area down here, and I want to show you the progress. So, okay, we managed to land. Let's put a block there. Can I jump on it? No! Apparently I'm terrible at jumping today. Everything is going wrong. Hi, Ender Pearl up here. Very good. Cool. So, all been finished. Nice and tidy. The floor done all the way around. The walls are done. We've even gone and put in some stone bricks, a little trim up there. But the big thing is the water and the glowstone. I settled on this, and now you can see the lighting in this area is very nice. It's really cool. So this floor is already for farms and stuff that we're going to build here in the future. But I do actually want to shift our focus to the outside area. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. It's not going to be what we do in this episode. Just popping down here though to show you that that pillar that I built in the corner is in now all four corners. And I've got to say, it's looking real good. I love the way the base is shaping up. It is so cool. But as I said, I want to shift our focus to the outside area. And I have spent a lot of time on the plot world thinking about the different biomes that are going to go in these areas. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who logged on to stream.xisumavoid.com. We have had over, I think, 1,500 people visit it, and the amount of plots are absolutely phenomenal. I tell you, I'm going to save that world, and I'm never going to be short of inspiration ever again. You can just wander around there, look at stuff, and get inspired. It is seriously cool. But for the beginning of this episode, before we head over to the communal area where we will be setting up a shop, I would like to work on this area a little bit, as I'm not too pleased with how it's come along so far, and I've been taking feedback from all of you, and I feel like we could do a much better job of this. And that means that we're going to have to tear it down. You can see some of the blue wall over here, and that will continue expanding into this area. I really like the way the stone bricks kind of create a line over here and you don't see anything else behind it. And I'll tell you what, survival Minecraft sometimes can get on your nerves a little bit, especially when you want to move big builds, because we're going to tear that all down and build a new build. And in creative mode, especially on a server with tools, you can do all that stuff in a split second and be much more creative. I've spent a lot of time just doing stuff, and it has kind of sucked my energy out of me for this project. We haven't tore this down yet, but we have gone in here and built the new area. Okay, we're going to change the build palette because I got quite a lot of people commenting on the blue wall saying it was too dark, it didn't look right, use something different. And this is what we're going to use. But luckily for me, I've had some help from Tidmouth again, who tweeted me a picture of the Doom guy over there. Tidmouth has now tweeted me another suggestion, and what you're seeing right here is basically based on the image that he sent me. This is a much nicer build palette for the sky. The shape of the room is now going to be circular or spherical, I guess you could say, and it's going to be a much nicer project. I positioned it very carefully into this area so that it all fit in, and it means that we won't see anything from over the wall there. Now, when it comes to placing down the mob heads, I don't want to rely on the villagers too much. I think this is a very nice look, and using lots of villagers in here will cause more problems than it solves. We've got a ravine in the middle with a mine shaft down there, a mini mine shaft, and I think I'm going to put a bat head in the ravine that you can just see as you come over here. So I've got some from the desert. We're going to pop them down in this corner. You can see that we've got a desert temple, and this area is actually somehow, I don't know how, going to lead through to another area, as of course this circle alone is not going to be enough. Actually, we're going to save that talk for another day. I've got plans to link these areas up to other areas so we can cover lots of biomes, but right now what I want to focus on is what do you think of how this looks. You can leave a comment down below if you'd like to let me know your thoughts. Personally, I like this one a lot more with the light blue sky, and we are going to do a poll. I just want to know which one do you like, this one or the one with the blue wall. Feel free to vote and let me know, and I'll take that into consideration moving forward, but I feel like this is 100 times better and I like it a lot. So before we go over to the communal area, which is going to be the main focus for this episode, I want to show you a quick something with these villagers. Now, I haven't used them so far over there. We're not going to use them all the time. I think some of the mob heads will be animated, some of them won't, but this is how we're going to animate them. Many of you told me what I need to do is put this guy on a half slab. So if we press this button, he goes down a little bit, and now it's just a head in the ground, except we've lost the carpet, haven't we? And now we can get the carpet back. Bam. A head in the ground, yes. Looks awesome, doesn't it? You know what? I'm a gentleman when I play on a server, and I encourage all of you to be the same. Creeper blasts are disgusting. Always fill them back in. I mean, that's just kind of sad now. And I've got a little story to tell you about this area up here. So the original plan for this season was to have a communal area, and before we had really decided where exactly we were building, people then started building, myself included. I built a house up on the hill over there. I tried to put it away from the actual area where the builds were going to go, and then some buildings have gone up, they've been torn down again, and I think we've kind of abandoned our plan for the surface. So at some point we'll probably come back here and make a new plan for what we're going to do with this area. But an old idea that I suggested was to do an underground build, and then for some reason, I don't know why, we decided, yes, actually, we're going to go underground. And so a ginormous digging project was undertaken down here. I'm going to show you the digging numbers and actually disable them now in this episode, because this area is open, and you can actually sit here and place down, well, I don't have any in my inventory, but I could place down stone and mine it again, and that would actually count towards those numbers. So we're going to remove the command block that counts everything and freeze the numbers. And look at this, Scar has gone round and punched out all of the torches up the top here, and I gotta say, I think it's a lot nicer like that. I love the way that the light kind of creeps up from the sides here. I think it could look really cool if you had some bushes hanging down from the dark. And no, 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 no! I just talked about being a gentleman, didn't I? And I don't know if there is more blocks that should go in this spot, because I don't know exactly how it looked, but if we look at the half slabs here, it looks like we're missing a couple. So that only took a moment of my time, and I think we're back to normal. To be fair, stone is a lot easier to deal with than dirt, because dirt leaves a big old crater. Mobs is something we've got to be thoughtful of when we're in this area, because they do spawn. Although there are loads of torches everywhere, there's lots of dark areas as well. And I kind of like that. I like the dark and the light. I think it's a good compromise. You just got to have your wits about you, especially if there's going to be creepers creeping up on you like that one just did. Anyway, I believe we're wandering over to where I'm going to be situated, and because I've marked my area with those blocks, it makes it stand out to me. I cannot wait to get started here, but I'm definitely going to have to spend some time sort of looking at this area, right, and just figuring it out. Now let's grab some rockets, and oh goodness me, I should have made some more before we came here, because what I'd like to do is punch out those torches up the top there, because I want to play with that darkness a little bit that's on the other side. And the way that Scar was doing this was to, oh, this is going to be so difficult, was to kind of, right, let's hold down click maybe. No, there's probably a technique to this once you've done it a few times. Okay, we got one torch. Oh, this is going to be difficult, isn't it? Okay, so get some momentum, come across. Couldn't hit that torch. What about that one? Oh, this is going to take me a while. I think I might just pillar up, you know, and knock out these torches. That was nice and easy. It looks good from over here. Looks good from this side as well. I got kind of carried away and went over that side a bit, because as you're pillaring around knocking out torches, you're always just a few blocks away from the next torch. And I did actually miss, like, that one over there, for example. Just a couple here and there. Let's see if we can get it. I also want to do a little lap. Oh, oh. Okay, I took some damage, but actually that works. Just fly straight into the bit you want to get rid of. Look at this area right here. There's going to be no shortage of inspiration today, that's for sure. And flying around here, it does look like I'm actually the first hermit to drop into this area, which is, again, surreal. I can fly around this thing all day. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah, it looks like we're the first hermit to come in here and do some work. Remember, we've got 2 floors as well, so we're not going to be doing just the one project at the top here. But let's start off by putting in the name of the shop. That's the bit that I want to do first of all. So the community dig scores are on the side of your screen. It's also been disabled now. Let me mine a few blocks. There you go. And look at Scar there. Over 500,000 blocks. Hashtag never forget the big dig. And yeah, I'm going to take that off the screen now actually, and I do that just by removing that. Bam, and there it goes, forever gone. No, it's actually still stored, but I've disabled the command blocks, and if you take a step back and look at the sign that I built, it's not lit up. If you can't make out what it says storage. Wow, what an exciting shop name, Asuma. How did you come up with that? Well, it was originally going to be called Sort It Out, which I thought was at least a little bit more interesting. And then I realised it would span a large amount of space, more than we had. So then I went Sort It, and I thought that sounds weird. And then I decided to squash the letters together as well to be able to fit them in here. So storage ended up being the word that we go for. If you didn't know, the plan is to build people's storage systems like I've built in my base. That is the shop/service that I am currently offering. And the idea is they can come over here and then I can go to their base and build them a storage system, which is pretty cool. Now, it's not lit up. I've built this in a way so that light can come from behind it, and the top of those letters are slabs, so no mobs can spawn on there, but they can spawn on top of the oak wood that's behind it. And I don't like it. It's 3 different tones of similar wood together. So what we're going to do is pillar up here and replace all of this wood with stone instead. And then we'll put a light source behind it. There it is, looking pretty cool so far. When that was just a floating sign up there with the light behind it looked alright, but then I added in these supports and that just made it feel like everything was right. And every minute when you're playing in this area, a zombie wanders over. It's kind of crazy. They got that long tracking on them, haven't they? They can spot you from a mile away. So after adding in those supports, I then kind of added these little bits, and once I put this on the front, it didn't quite feel the same, so I think we should remove that. Take a step back. Yeah, it looks better when it's flat. I need to go around and do some details on this, add in loads of mossy bricks, cracked stone, all that kind of stuff. Back here though, I feel like there should be something, I don't know, some sort of colour or something that pops through here, and then we can put cobblestone walls in front of it. That's actually looking real nice. And then the entrance itself will be between these. I know that for sure. We're going to go into the shop very soon, but that's going to be the entrance, so is this. And you can see back here I've set up a little temporary area where I've got my chests and all that kind of stuff. But what we need to do first of all is get the front of this area looking cool. We got to put in more lush greenery. I want to see some bushes dripping off the top of the sign, and we're going to have some more greenery around here, as this front right here is very stone and grey at the moment. So on to phase 2 of the shop. It's time to look at the interiors, and as I was making this entrance here, oak wood just felt like the thing we needed to go with. I should probably change this stone here, but there is oak wood behind these pillars, glowstone at the bottom for light, and we need to dig away all of this area, don't we? Just want to make a comment though. This game over time has accumulated a lot of different items, and I've used items from all of these shulker boxes that you see in front of me. It feels like now these things were essential. I couldn't picture playing the game without shulker boxes anymore, you know? There's just so many materials readily available on hand. It's really great. But let's talk about what I did out the front here. You can see I put down these piles of chests. I thought they would look really good to sort of represent storage, and I actually really like how they've been implemented here. We've got lots of greenery now in the area, and also to try and show off the whole storage system thing, I put a little bit of this stuff over here and that stuff, trying to represent, you know, chains where items would go through the hoppers. I feel it does that, but maybe it's missing something, and as I talk out loud, I think somewhere we need like a redstone clock or some blinking wire, and I don't know just where we put that, so I'll come back to that idea later. Also, we've got some bushes up the top there. I did want to put a fair bit more sort of dripping over the front, but then we're going to distort the text and reading it, so I felt like between the R and the A was possibly the best place to put some of that. So anyway, let's dig out this area and move on to the inside of the shop. Just realised this is the first time I've stepped outside while I've been building in there. I think when you look through into the shop, you are going to get a good eyeful of redstone, as I want to put some redstone on display. I think I actually mentioned that a second ago. But anyway, check out the roof that we got in here. Going back to the basics, using the old oak, cobble and stone bricks, some of the older textures in the game. Really like how this is going. The floor is obviously plain. I'm thinking that maybe some terracotta could actually go into there. Let's have a look at the different ones. What would go well alongside oak wood? I'm thinking that yellow one maybe, and we could make like a pattern or an arrangement and then have some carpet around the outside, and then we could use the carpet to hide more glowstone, as we need to keep this place lit up. We're no longer on the mycelium island, so for now I'm going to chuck a couple of torches on the walls, and on the opposite side I'm mirroring what we've got back there. And what we're going to do on this part though is display the whole storage thing. So it's going to be basically a wall of chests here, because that's what a storage system looks like. We will put some glowstone below them so we get light coming out over on this side, and it's your usual deal of having your chests stack up like this. And unfortunately I didn't craft enough, did I? But enough to make the point so you can see what's going on here. Yes. That's going to look alright, and I think this middle panel here will be where we have like a sign and a book and a chest with some instructions on how to sign up and talk about what it is you want from me, because there's many different storage designs that we can build. Anyway, that's going to leave us with these big flat walls on the side here, and that is where we are going to display some of the redstone. It doesn't quite scream storage system, and what we're going to do on this side is make something that's a little bit false, something that you don't actually see in a storage system, but will probably hint at it. I mean, do you know what? There's a big sign out the front that says storage. Maybe it doesn't matter. By the way, this links up to my place down the bottom here, and it's a bit of a path, but we'll eventually have a proper link between the two. This is going to be my home away from home. I have no idea when I'm going to start on that project, but again, inspired for it because the environment here is so wonderful. And at the entrance I put in some pressure plates on either side, so they will power redstone when a player walks over it. That signal will travel down here. The reason there are repeaters is to avoid this bit of circuit on the side that could accidentally power it, and then it's going to go into a comparator decay clock. This is actually like one of my favorites ever. Whenever I need to make a signal lengthener, something that'll take a pulse and make it a lot longer, this is my go-to one. So it's going to make it longer, and it's going to go and turn off this torch once it's powered, which means this little clock here that's going around in a circle will then activate when that's turned off. I can show you that right now, and then you can see what's going to happen, because all of these torches start blinking and it starts to lag a little bit. Now, I haven't tested this yet, but I'm pretty confident that it's going to work. It's a very simple circuit. So player comes into the shop, and then the lights start blinking, and I love the pattern of it going across from one side to the other. That's kind of superb. We could play around with that a little bit and change the timing of the repeaters. Now the next thing to see is how long it takes for this torch to turn back on. You can kind of tell by looking at this, and actually I've made a mistake here. This needs to be slightly different. Okay, it doesn't last very long, which I think is good because it makes a ticking sound. And I've adjusted the torches so that they blink nicer and a lot faster as well. And that's it. Quite a short thing, but I think that's the best way to do it. How do you get a nice pattern when you've got a 3x3 grid and these things go in 4 directions? You make this shape. And then the other ones, you go around and place like that. And it gives you a pattern that fits into that space. I like it. I'm not so sure if I like this brown carpet around here though. I actually didn't mind the floor being completely plain. It weren't so bad. And apparently I've activated the redstone. Although, wasn't I standing over here? Whatever. There's also some light sources in the corner with these carpets and glowstone under them. I don't think that really works, actually. I think it's probably better to just keep a torch on the wall like so. And the rule is in our base we're not using torches. Things are different over here. And because it's an old school build theme, I kind of feel like it fits in. I just got an advancement for Poet. Joe would be proud. Do you know what? I got another one earlier for the chicken. I've probably done quite a few advancements at this point, but that's not the focus of this episode. This shop, I can say, is now complete, and we have a motto as well. Life is simple with automation. That should have been storage is simple with automation. Okay, whatever. I've written the book now. We'll keep it at Life is Simple. Life is simple with automation. Here at Asuma's storage shop, the best sorting systems are available for your needs. Big, small, fast or slow, we have an array of sorting systems to help you get your items back into their chests and shulker boxes. You supply the redstone and I will build a system just for your needs. Just leave your name in the chest below and I will be in touch to arrange construction. Thanks for reading Asuma. It's as simple as that. Name goes in the chest, I'll come by and check it from time to time. Time for me to tidy up. This is always simple thanks to the shulker boxes. I know what order they go in as well now. It's really good. Love this stuff. By the way, oh little zombie! Watch out you. I put some cobwebs in this area. Oh goodness me, setting me on fire. That one's too bright. This one is noticeably bright as well. When you get it right out of the way and they're dark, they kind of mix in pretty well and add a little bit of detail. Okay, the fire's stopped. Fantastic. I need you to all help me now. I need you to go around to the other Hermit's videos and let them know that they should get a storage system from Asuma. You saw Cybot's storage world earlier in this video. We have got tons of different types of systems that we could build, and I'm sure we'll be able to meet the Hermit's needs with this cool storage system. It looks great, doesn't it? You know how we're going to end this video. We're going to go flying. Where are my rockets? There's somewhere here. I want to fly around this place and take in the view. If you've enjoyed this episode, leave a like. As always, thank you so much for the wonderful support on this series. A new chapter is upon us now with this communal area, and we have built the first shop, which I gotta say is pretty cool. I like this a lot actually, flying over to it. It's a really cool entrance, right? Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.